Hi, I'm Miss Maverick. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before, or welcome back if you have. I don't post very often anymore. I should, but I don't. I only post when I feel like I, have something important or valuable to say. And the world is batshit crazy right now, so here I am. People are, especially in Australia, I don't know what the rest of the world is like, but in Australia, the mandates are getting ridiculous for the thing, and I have to speak in code. So it will be the thing from now on. Hopefully I won't say any V words because they're not allowed. We're allowed to say all the words about the thing except the actual word that the thing is called. So we can talk around it, which is annoying, but here we are. 2021 on Earth. So people are really freaking out. And they're trying so hard to hold on to the old systems. Like kids these days, if they want to go to university, got to have the thing. If you want to study online, oh, sorry, if you're within 100 kilometers, you can't study online. You have to have the thing and come in person. And if you don't have the thing, you can't do your placement. So you'll never graduate. So there's no point in going to university. Folks. How did you think we were going to build the new earth? The old world is falling and the new world is rising. And in order to get through these times, as soon as you can, as soon as it's viable, disengage from the old matrix. Even if you just start with a side hustle that you work hard at and turn into your main hustle so that you step outside of the system. And at some point, because we're already seeing it in Australia, at some point we all have to go to the government and say, you know what, no matter what you fucking say about how we have to, no, we don't have to do anything. Certainly not when it's tyrannical and against the law. It's bullshit. And it doesn't matter what a fucking judge says. Judges, lawyers, politicians, fucking medical personnel, everyone who is in the old fucking systems, over there, in the old fucking systems, what they say doesn't count anymore. It doesn't count for much. So how do we build this new world? You just have to start. We're at that point now. Do it. Do it and see what happens, I think, what time is it actually? I should probably get my skates on. But anyway, I might just do like a little clip and then I'll do something longer later with numerology and cards to comfort your souls. Because shit is hard right now. But I'm going to go get, what is it? Public liability insurance, so that I can just stick a wedge board out the front. People can come into my house and I can either read for them, do energy treatments, whatever it is. Because the world is changing. Like, we can't be complacent anymore, and we can't think, oh, well, we just have to stand up to the government and we just have to do this. No, because, well, yes, it's not a hard no. We do have to stand up and we do have to push back and say, no, we do not consent to this, but at the same time, we can't do it to the point of saving the old system. That's not what we came here to do. Yes, we need to push back and say, no, fuck off, you're not doing that. And we need to preserve our freedoms. If they try and change the Australian Constitution, you better believe we're going to fight. But it's not a time to go, oh no, like the poor children. No, not the poor children. They're going to be stronger because of this. Like, what their generation is going to go on to build is going to blow our fucking minds, because hard times are coming. Like, they are upon us. I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but it's not going to be easy. But these kids, oh my God, like the world they're going to build is going to be incredible. And they're not meant to have these opportunities because they're meant to make opportunities for themselves. They're meant to build the new earth. Like, like some of us are fighting in the old world just to make sure that the energy knows, no, we're choosing a better way. We're choosing a different way now. But we also have to Not just say, no, we don't consent to that. No, like, we actually have to build it and we have to live it as well. So it's not good enough to just say no. We actually have to build what we want and start to create it. Because if we don't start creating now, what is there going to be for the children? You know, and get kids to create their own opportunities. Like, my God, you don't have to operate in the system already, you know, like, fuck, encourage them to be entrepreneurs. Or you want to work with children? Why don't you start a meditation class for adults and then start a class for kids? All you need is a police clearance and a working with children clearance to make sure you're not a fucking pedo. Like, it's not that hard, you know. Oh, you want to start your own some kind of medical business? Maybe you, well, I mean, if you're going to be a naturopath or a homeopath or something like that, I can't imagine you'd need to go on placement for that. Like, you know, we're talking like nurses and midwives and stuff, but maybe we bring back people, you know, like the older nurses and midwives and people who are trained to deliver, like, in people's homes. Maybe they need to take on fucking apprentices and get trained in teaching. Because when you, I don't know what it's called, my mum could tell me, I'll put a link in the comments, but when you have studied to a certain level of anything, you know, a certification level of anything, if you then get certified to teach, which you don't have to go to university for, if you then get certified to teach, you can teach whatever you already know. So I think it's time to start blazing a trail for the children. It's time for people who have already got their education to start thinking outside the box. Like, because honestly, you know, Reignite Democracy Australia has shared information on us blazing a trail and creating our own economy that we're being locked out of. And I'm like, I've been saying this for fucking ages, that at some point we're just going to have to disengage. I haven't shopped at Woolworths in months. I've never really shopped at Coles. Like, maybe if it was right there and I needed something, I might have ducked in, like, probably a handful of times, or maybe 2 handfuls of times in my entire life. I'm just not a Coles shopper. I went to Aldi once. And these are all the ones that are mandating the thing for their staff. You know, Woolworths was pressuring months ago and I was like, done. No, I won't go back because I know exactly what you're about to do. You've already lost my business. And now I will never go back. I will never, ever shop there again. And so what happens when we pull all our money out of places like that? We put it into small business. We create our own economy. If everyone who's awake about this stuff, who has a small business, just takes all their cash out of big corporations, and yeah, you know what? You won't get as much for your money when you're buying bespoke handmade stuff. But do you need so much? Do you need one of everything? No. Get what you need. Get good quality things made by other people. Get what you need. And don't worry about all the other shit. Like, it's time to start blazing a trail, folks. Like, I don't want to hear any of this more fucking bullshit about, oh no, the poor children. No, not the poor children. This is what they came for. Don't feel sorry for them. Empower them. Don't be like, oh honey, I'm so sorry. You're going to have the vaccine. I said the word, buck. You're going to have the thing if you want to go to university or if you want to get a job. No. No. Empower them. Teach them that they don't have to have the fucking thing. Like, this is what we came for, folks. This is what we fucking came for. So stop being afraid. Stop being like, oh, the poor children. No, not the poor children. And if you say, oh, you poor thing, don't be like, oh, the poor children to their face. Be like, well, you know what? This is what you came for. What are you going to do about it? You've got to create something new outside of that system. But you want to work in that field of expertise or area. How are you going to work towards that and build your own, whatever it is? How are you going to do what you want to do outside of their system? Think about it. Now is the time to start blazing a trail. So next year is 2022. And holy fuck, mate. I need to do some readings on that because holy fuck, what the fuck is about to happen? But at the same time, 222 is a master number. 22 is a master number. 22 on its own is a master builder. Literally, this is where we are. We're already in this energy because we're in October. And there's a cusp 3 months either side of the new year. 3 months and 3 months of that old energy fading out and the new energy coming in. And then the old energy from this year fades out as the new energy comes into full force. Next year is about master building. And if you don't have a fucking plan, start making one. You know, like, are you going to be left behind? No. But do you want things to be easy on yourself? Yes. Start planning now. Start figuring out what you're going to do when you're not allowed in the old system anymore. Is the old system going to last forever? No, I don't think so. Because more and more people will come over, look at us and go, oh, fuck, they're really affluent. Oh, fuck, they're doing really, they don't have to have the thing or a passport. What? Are our opportunities going to be different? Yes, very different. That's what the new earth is. That's what the new world is about. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? You thought it would be comfortable? No, of course it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. Like, I'm on benefits at the moment because my health is not the best. It's getting there. It's slowly getting there. Fasting and carnivore is helping. I added fasting in like the last couple of weeks and it is helping. Fasting, carnivore, like that's all I've got at this point. But I'm outside, so there's flies. But this is what we came for. We have to start building. The government's not going to do it for us and just be like, oh, you want a government grant to build that midwifery centre and the integrated medicine centre? Oh, no. Come on. Oh, Jesus. They didn't do anything for us in the old system before they were trying to enslave us. You think they're going to fucking help us now? No, they're not. We need to push back so that we're sending that message into the universe saying, no, I'm not going to do it your way. I'm going to do it my way. And if you want to try and lock me up or find me, you can go fuck yourself because I'm not going to be fined. And if you lock me up, good. Good. Put me in with all those fucking working class people who probably know already, considering they're stuck in your judicial, your justice system, they already know that it's corrupt as shit. And if I say this, these are the reasons why you're locked up. This is why the system is so corrupt. Send me to prison. I'll red pill all those motherfuckers. Do it. I promise you. Oh, and they will love me. Because I don't judge people for where they come from. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I will red pill them so fast, mate. You will regret ever sending me to prison. So, this is the plan. You push back. You say, I don't give a fuck about your rules. I don't give a fuck about the punishments. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to do it this way. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm making money and I'm living my life. And you can go fuck yourself. We are going to be self-governed. There isn't going to be a government. If there is, it's going to be small scale and it's going to be so many different people just self-governing. It's not hard. Jesus, natural law. Go look up natural law or common law. That's the natural way. We will create our own justice system. We will create our own hospitals and medical centres. We will create everything that we need, and that's starting now. Is it fair? No. Does it kind of suck? Yes. Is it really fucking stressful? Yes. But this is why we came. Like, my mum explained a business strategy that she had, and I was like, that is so fucking New Earth, man. And she is not a left brain analytical person. She doesn't know how to do that shit. She's a right brain person. She's creative and loving and nurturing and a bit woo-woo. And I'm like, if my mum can think of a New Earth business strategy, and I'm like, that'll work in any eventuality. Like, and they won't be able to fucking say or do shit about it. If she can figure that shit out unprompted on her own, wow. Is she actually going to do it? Oh, I don't know. don't know, but she should, because I'm like, oh, it's a fucking genius. As soon as she was telling me, and I was like, that's the thing you need to do. That's it. So she already knows, and I've been planting seeds to her for years, because she used to be a funeral celebrant, and she's so fucking good at it. She's so fucking good at it. Oh my God, she makes them laugh, she makes them cry. She follows her intuition. She's a beautiful writer. She writes their entire ceremony from scratch. Every time, from scratch. No cut and paste. No pulling fucking Bible verses or poems from the internet. No. No. She'll write them a poem. That's how good she is. She's fucking incredible at it. And that industry, you have to have the thing to keep working. And she's like, oh, I can't go back into that industry, you know, because you have to have the thing. I said, no, Mum, the business plan you told me about is completely outside of their system. You won't be in their system, so you won't have to have the thing. Like, no, you won't come near them. And people will want to go with you because it's not going to cost as much money, but you'll still earn everything you need to earn to have a healthy wage. And, yeah, and to live your life. And not work a hard job, and not work inside their little fucking box that doesn't work and never did. If my mum can work it out, fuck mate, anyone can. And maybe you pray on it, whether you pray to the universe or the ancestors or to the creator, whatever it is. Whatever you pray to that's benevolent and of a higher power, that's for balance and goodness and love. Pray. Pray into your heart, pray for the answer, and let it go, and then just see if divine inspiration strikes. Divine inspiration could be a person walking up to you and being like, hey, I had this idea, and just tell you. Like, strange shit happens when you just let God or whatever you believe give you the information that you need. So yeah, pray into your heart, let it go, and see what comes back to you. You know, it might be an article, and you might go, oh, that would work. And you might have to jerry-rig it for your own way of creating your business, you know, for your field. But whatever you do now, start to figure out how you step outside of the system. I need to do it. I don't like this either. I don't. You know, I have to start charging people for services that I don't think is really a big deal. And I'm like, oh, will people pay for that? Do people have money? You know, are they going to find that it actually helps them? You know, what if they don't like it and they want a refund? You know, what if they say bad things about, like, this isn't easy for anyone. But I need to get public liability, and I need to get like a sandwich board, and I just need to stick it out the front of my house with my phone number on it, and all the services that I offer, and just do it. So that when the government's like, oh, you want to keep your benefits, you have to have the thing. I've at least got some clientele and some kind of a name out there that I'm not going to absolutely drown. Because I know it's coming. It's coming for everyone. And the only way this stops is when people push back and say, fuck off. And I don't, at this point, it's basically been 2 years. It's coming up on 2 years. And people are still asleep and like, yes, make the thing mandatory. Force out those horrible anti-thing people. I don't know how long this is going to take. How long is it going to take for us to have a mass awakening where almost everyone is awake, like 90% or more? How long is that going to take for people to wake up and then be ready to dismantle the old system? I don't know. That's why I'm saying this. Their system is crumbling, and it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. So you have to network, create your own communities. We're doing it in Australia. We're already doing it. Like, I'm seeing it all the time. I don't know what other countries are like, but we have networks and networks and networks of people who are forging a new way. It's already happening. And I've said that this is the only way that shit will actually change. This is the only way we're actually safe, is by getting out and disengaging from the system. Everything is so bright today. Oh, 5D energy. It's nice. It is really nice. But yeah, honestly, people, now is not the time for cowardice. And now is not the time to just do what you're told so that you can fit into the old system. The old system's dying. Whether you stay in it or not, at some point you're going to be ejected out of it. By your own will or just by the force of what's happening, and it cannot sustain. It cannot sustain. This is the age of Aquarius and rebellion. It cracks me up every time I think about that. We're literally in the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It's all about rebellion. It's all about doing it your way. It's all about going, fuck you, I'm not going to do it your way, I'm doing it my way. Aquarius represents lightning. Oh, and they thought they were going to enslave us. How funny is that? It's like, you guys thought you were going to pull this off in the age of Aquarius? You dumb fucks. Like, you are so fucking dumb. Like, really? It boggles my mind. Like, they thought they were going to enslave us in the age of Aquarius. Seriously. It's funny. Oh my God. They think they're superior to us, like the dark forces that are trying to fucking take over this world. They think they're superior to us. And they thought they were going to enslave this planet when it's in the age of Aquarius. How dumb do you have to be? Oh my God. It just gives me so much joy. It's like, you think you're superior to us? You dumb fucks. These dumb fucks. Oh my God. It's so good. The more you think about it, just the better it gets. It's like, yeah, that was a dumb move. That was a really dumb move. You wanted to enslave a rebellious race in an age of rebellion energy. So dumb. How can you be that dumb? How many planets do you have to take over to figure out how to do it right? They fucked up. They totally fucked up. I'm even crying tears. Oh my God, folks, seriously. When you think about it and you understand the energy and you understand what's trying to be done, it's not going to happen. It's not. But we do need to start thinking about self-preservation and about building the new earth, because that is, and honestly, I was saying this to my mum yesterday because she was starting to, she backpedals now again, and she's just like, well, I might have to take the vaccine. And I'm like, no, it's not an option, dude. It's not an option. You know, and it's her life. She may still do it. I don't know. I don't think she should, but she may. But I was saying to her that, you know, if you have the courage and the sovereignty, the soul sovereignty in this life, to look at the old matrix as it's falling and go, fuck off then. You were shit to begin with. I'm walking away, and yeah, it might be comfortable because it's familiar, but go fuck yourself. I'm going to build my own life. I'm going to do my own thing. And the universe and God will just be like, yes, blessings for you. Because that's the whole fucking lesson in this life. We wouldn't be born in this time unless our soul was ready for the test of sovereignty. Do you want to be enslaved, or do you want to be free? And what you do now defines which choice you make. So fucking choose wisely, folks. You know, if you can still be in the matrix and you're safe, I did not mean to do this, but if you can still be in the matrix and be safe for now, great. Be comfortable while you plan and put into practice your backup plan, your side hustle, your ticket out of the matrix, because this is on us. We came here to fucking do this. So you have to start to build now. We're already in that energy. This is what 2022 is going to be all about. Some people will just happily and merrily go on their way and just play along, and some people won't. I rang my doctor's office today, and because it's been weighing on me, because I wouldn't say he's awake, but he's aware. He's aware. And I'm like, I don't want him to feel like he has to have the thing because everyone in healthcare is being forced to. And it's just weighing on me. I'm like, people don't know that they don't have to. So I rang his office. And I was calm but empowered, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let them know that they don't have to. So I rang and I say, hi, I'm a patient with Dr. So-and-so, and this is my name. Gave them my full name. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if they think I'm mad. They probably already think that, because they know I'm different. They know I'm weird. I never do what I'm told. You know, they've wanted me to have thing injections that are very similar to the thing. And I was like, no, they wanted me to have gene therapy. And I was like, no, for my allergies. And I was like, nah, that's not for me. So they already know I'm like, I'm not really down with the Western medicine way. So I'm like, you know, look, I have no right to ask this question, and I have no right to an answer. So like, I'm good either way, it doesn't matter. So I said, oh, has everyone in the office had the vaccine? And she's like, yes, I've had mine, and the doctor's had his, and kind of said it in, like, she was kind of proud of it. And I was like, oh, this will be interesting then. I said, because look, you know, I mean, that's great, and I'm, you know, happy for you if that's right for you, but if there's anyone in your office that isn't comfortable with it and doesn't want to get it, but also doesn't want to lose their job, I can help them. You know, I can give them some resources and, you know, show them how to not have it and not lose their job. And she was like, are you anti-vaccine? And I was just like, well, I wouldn't use that word, but if you feel that that word's right for you, then that's totally cool. You can call me that. That's fine. I said I would call myself pro-choice. And yeah, she was like, oh, what's your name again? I was like, oh, this will be interesting. So I gave her my surname again. And and then, yeah, she just hung up. So I'm like, part of me is like, am I going to get an email or a letter, like, being like, don't ever come back here again? Or like a warning not to call the office about that stuff. I'm like, I'm literally just trying to clear my conscience, dudes. I don't give a fuck what you do. So my conscience is clear now. So she took my name, and I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if she like tells the doctor. And clearly she's like down with the narrative. You don't call someone an anti-thing unless you're down with the narrative. So probably she needs to turn off her television. But I'm like, well, she's probably going to tell the doctor, and he might just say, oh, don't worry about it. I don't think she'll call back. If she calls back, then maybe I'll do something, but I won't call back about that. One call is all you get, motherfuckers. And then you can ring me. I said, look, you know, if anyone in your office wants to ring me because they don't want to get it and they're worried about it, then they can, you know, give them my name and number, and they can ring me. So, and yeah, I said, look, you know, it's you guys' bodies, and I don't care what you do, you'll do what's right for you. And because I am pro-choice, I don't give a fuck if you get the thing. If you get the thing and you get sick and you're dead, well, that was your choice. We fucking tried. We've tried for years to warn you motherfuckers. So at this point, I actually don't care. I'm so beyond fucking caring. I'm like, if people just drop dead all over the place and that's what wakes you motherfuckers up, fine, fine. It's your awakening. Do whatever the fuck you want with it. I'm already awake. I don't care. Beyond caring. I used to give a shit and be like, no, there won't be 2 Earths and everyone's going to wake up. And now it's 2 years into this shit and I'm like, whatever. I'm a hard old bitch now. I don't care. So, so yeah, I was just like, you know, if taking the thing was right for you, like, that's great. You know, you've got to do what's right for you and your body. And then what did I say? I just said, you know, I just want people to have the option, whether it's now or, you know, if at some point you don't want to have another experimental gene therapy thing, you know, you at least have someone that you can call to talk to about it or get some resources from, and just know that you're, you know, if anyone in your office doesn't want it, that they're not alone. And then I can't remember how the call ended, but she got me off really quickly. She was like, So I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be a bit interesting, but yeah, I'm like, ooh. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what will come of that, if anything. I don't, probably she'll go into the office setting and she'll be like, oh my God, this patient just rang about this and blah, 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 blah. And someone, because there's always like one, there's usually always one that will hear that or will hear it in passing and they'll be like, oh my God, who is this person? I need to talk to them because I don't want the thing. Or I had one thing and I can't get an exemption even though I had a bad reaction to the first thing and I don't want the second thing or the third or the fourth or the 10th or whatever. There'll be someone that she says that to because so the thing is, we think that more people are asleep than awake, because the people who are asleep, they know that they're in the status quo. They know that they can speak clearly and they're allowed to speak. We know that we are in the minority and that it's not the status quo, and that when we speak, we're going to be called anti-thing people. I'm not anti it. I'm anti it for myself and my family, but I don't give a fuck what anyone else does. Like, anti is like, no one should have it. It's dangerous. But honestly, people who are like that, if you heard their fucking stories, mate, you'd go, yeah, I would be totally against it as well. Because they're the most horrific, heartbreaking stories you'll ever fucking hear. So, yeah, I'm just like, just leave that little seed. I'll just leave that little seed at my favourite doctor's office. And look, maybe I will get a call. Maybe someone will be like, oh, I don't want them to know that I rang you. And I'll be like, great. I don't need to be vindicated. I don't need to be validated. Because I genuinely don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about me anymore. It's 2 years into being a conspiracy rather than a prophet, alchemist, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but they're not theories at this point, like we're living them. So people would be like, you're crazy. It's like, you believe the government wants to help you and protect you. Okay. I'm the crazy one. All right then. So yeah, if people think I'm mad, like fine. Good, better even, like good. Because then they know who to call when they wake up. You know, like fly your crazy flag, because honestly, people need to know who the fuck to talk to when their world goes sideways and they wake up and realize, oh my God, I've been lied to about everything. So yeah, let your freak and crazy flag fly, because people need to know where the crazies are, because it's a crazy world right now. So yeah, I think that'll be all, because I'm tired and I'm a little bit hungry and I need to go to the butcher. But yeah, I hope that's been somewhat interesting. Did I say anything important? I don't remember. I did a numerology reading on Lady Diana Spencer, and so now I'm quite dizzy. For my other channel, Life by Numbers, I will link it in the description and in the comments. But yes, I feel quite dizzy because I do intuitive numerology, which means that I have all the numbers there and then I intuit what they mean and their positions and how they aspect each other and yada yada. I'm tired. I'm gonna go. Love you. Take 3 for luck. Bye.